Hi everybody, it's Sablehawk. I just wanted to go ahead and pop on today, let you know about a new program that came out about a year ago. It's called the Keep. The version that I'm using right now and that I'm going to show you today is the 1.0A version, basically the trial version. There is a 1.0B version out for people who register the game, well, the game program. The Keep primarily is basically a personal information manager for a games master. It can be used, of course, by the players by all means, but it's primarily meant for someone who has to keep track of a lot of information. As you can see here, it's a pretty clean-cut, system. You got some dice rollers down at the bottom. You got a search function that'll go through any information that you've entered. You can go ahead and, if you right-click on any of the categories that you make up in this area, you can do text entries. You can do a clipboard text entry. In other words, basically paste anything you have on your clipboard into that area. Campaign log entries. You have a character sheet maker that you can actually put on the program. You can also embed images. You have a fractal mapper that you can do to either open up existing maps, or you can go ahead and do a brand new map of your own. The other nice things on here, I have not played the inspiration pad generator yet, so please forgive me on that one. But the three things that I really like the most are the web page, the PDF, and the file attachment. Now, file attachments, of course, are just that, file attachments. If you have a Word document, an Excel document, something of that nature, all you got to do is go ahead and click on it inside this program. It'll open it up automatically and bring it up for you. The web page, if you have a random generator, let's say that you have a life path generation program on someone's website and they don't allow downloads for some reason, all you got to do is put it in here as far as the pathing, and it will open up the web page directly in the program. So no opening up 2 or 3 different things, having 4 different web pages open, none of that anymore. The other thing that you can do is, of course, I'm sure you noticed down here in the character equipment section, PDFs. Really nice. You can go ahead and put the PDFs into the document here, and it will automatically save a copy into the database for this program. So when you go ahead and, let's say you went to File and you went to Export Database, you don't have to worry about where all the PDFs, the websites, and all that crap was when you originally made the program. It's going to save a copy of everything that you've done into one file. So it's really nice, and it saves time. No more sorting, stuff of that nature. Because if you go ahead and you look here, this is just the games that I have some of the PDFs for right now. As you can see, quite a few. And I don't like going through each one of these and having to find which book I need exactly for what. Instead, I just go ahead and I drag them all in here. I've got them ready. Body armor, chemical warfare, cyberware. The nice thing that I really like about it, though, is that since I don't have to search, I do have a lot of flexibility in my games now that I didn't used to. In the game world area, for instance, let's just say I've got somebody who is going into a brand new town. They went ahead and thrown me for a curveball. They're going east instead of west. I no longer have to worry about, figuring a town on the fly and having some problems. I have a couple generators that I've used through my gaming in the past. I can go ahead and pull up a settlement generator. You'll notice that this does not have like a full HTML browser as far as today's standards. It does have some issues, but I found that if you just click yes, there's never been a problem for me. So let's say we want to make a settlement. We're going to go ahead and name it Hillshire. We're going to go ahead and put it in the state of Nevada. And it's going to be a mid-sized town with a random government. The choices on this web-based program from the junkyard is combine, dictatorship, aristocracy, theocracy, republican, democracy. Just random will be fine. You click New Settlement, click Yes on that error again, and right there you have it. That generator is going to have, what the town has, what their history is, what supplies are there, the military, the law, the predators, and the gentleman who made the junkyard is very, very good. He has made a set of generators that I've never seen the likes of. However, if I do need to go ahead and have some more information, I can go ahead and do a faction generator from like Chaotic Shiny. I can go ahead and pop on the refresh. It's going to tell me the name of the faction in that area, give me their leadership, group size, blah, blah, blah. And then if I need to go ahead and have a map, I can go ahead and just get the random building block generator. I can say it's an industrial area in the morning and it's summer. By the way, this is from, of course, the top of the page, Fates Worse Than Death Around the Block. They've got a pretty nice program. They are having some issues with it right now because it won't actually bring up the listing of each apartment in the buildings that you generate, but that is being worked on. If you go ahead and create block, it's going to go ahead and show you industrial complex. Addicts, muggers are over on one side of the complex. Now this is where you get the error that I've had recently. If you go ahead and you click on industrial complex, it's not going to bring anything up. Or if you go back and choose, let's say, a residential in the evening, you create another block, it's going to go ahead and tell you the types of apartments that are there. If you go ahead and click on the apartments, it's going to go ahead and have a VBS script error. Not a big deal. Like I said, they know about it, they're working on it, but it does give you the basic information. 4 floors on the building, 3 dwellings per floor, 12 dwellings total. It's nice. The other thing that I use it for is creating weather. You know, it's currently, let's say that you're in a warm area, it's autumn, and I don't use a supernatural myself, so no big deal on that. But again, I can go ahead and tell the people in my group that it's a clear day, it's a decent temperature, it's between 62 and 80, light winds. No big deal. But it really does add to the immersiveness of the campaign, because if there's a huge storm, they got to fight against that. There's also other things that you can do. I mentioned putting in images. Well, that's where the map comes in, because I go ahead and I have got a map from Cyberpunk 2020 that I can go ahead and zoom in on. I can go ahead and see, you know, where everybody's at, and it's really easy to go ahead and add to the program. Now, I have found that large photos, like if you go ahead and do something that's over a couple megabytes, if you try to add that, it could not open. I don't know why. I'm going to mention it to the designers, see if we can go ahead and get that fixed. But again, you can still put in the basic pictures, and that's a lot of what people need. You can do single-page PDFs. You can go ahead and do multi-page. No big deal. The PDF design of this system is actually very quick too. I have had one error that pops up. Sometimes I will close the program and reopen it a number of times, and I will go ahead and get an Adobe Acrobat error. All you gotta do is close it, let it sit for a second, reopen it, and that usually takes care of the issue. It hasn't had an update on this program since about March of 2009. Again, I'm going to write the designer and see what's going on. But I thought I'd go ahead and let you guys know about this. This program is a little bit expensive. I would expect a program like this to go ahead and be somewhere between $15, maybe $10, $15, maybe a little bit higher. The list price on the main website is actually $35. However, if you go ahead and go to some of the sites that actually sell for the company, they've brought down the price to like $25. So you just have to shop around a little bit. Just make sure not to pay the full $35 price, because I think that's a little bit high. If you have any questions, go ahead and email me at sablehawk@gmail.com. Thanks.